Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for the social ads that will make you click webinar. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please write them down or submit them to the chat, and we'll answer them after during a live Q&A. Before we kick things off, we want to introduce ourselves. Envita is a digital and social marketing agency with over 10 years experience in multifamily marketing across the nation, and I'm Allie, the Ad Operations Manager at Envita.
My name is Maddie. I'm the social media ads manager.
And my name is Elijah. I am the optimization specialist. And what we'll be going over today and what you'll learn is first, why social ads. Secondly, we'll go over some top ad types and their components. Next, we'll look at some dope ads and trends. And then finally, we'll touch on some measurability. But first, why social ads? Social ads are a great supplement to all the other channels that you are currently running. However, unlike direct response campaigns, these usually channel through indirect means, as content network and social traffic is a perfect supplement to a multi-channel approach. There's an estimated 2.5 billion average daily users for Facebook in Q4 2019, and usually they spend an average of 2 hours and 23 minutes per day on the platform. Now, usually there's a lower cost per engagement than other forms of digital media on social, and it's effective at influencing consideration. But, for example, since Instagram is a very visual platform, showcasing the design language and amenities of a multifamily complex can give it serving ads on Facebook and Instagram, as you see here, a very strong presence. But the underlying problem of social is that it exists in a very fragmented digital ecosystem. And from pre-roll ads, video ads, native ads, image ads on content networks, and search ads keyword targeting, and other device targeting, social ads is the perfect medium in a fragmented digital ecosystem to posture your brand, as users place priority on different channels for different reasons. Usually people can be logged into different platforms on various devices, but social ads are usually the best platform to broadcast brand messaging, even if the ad targeting is in through direct means. In 2020, 62% of Instagram consumers are more interested in a brand or product after seeing an ad impression on Instagram. Now, the initial seed of interest by social ads will flourish, as 81% of people use IG as a way to investigate products or services. And this builds a strong case for using social media for brand recall, as consumers want to be engaged with relevant messaging that resonates with their pain points, usually across every digital medium. The importance of synchronized messaging across every channel and using social as a main platform is important, as usually 50% of users follow a brand to learn about new products or services, as well as 38% of those users that usually follow a brand to learn about promotions or discounts. Now, it's very crucial to be at important micro moments of the purchase funnel, and this is defined as I want to know, I want to go, I want to do, and I want to buy moments. Of these consumers, 69% agree that the quality, timing, or relevance of a company's message influences their perception of a brand, and consumers usually expect to have their needs resolved instantaneously, on demand. And usually on social, the best practice is showcasing content such as floor plans, amenities, and highlighting local businesses that align with the community's lifestyle values. And this can come full circle with the marketing rule of 7, in which a consumer needs to hear your brand messaging at least 7 times before your brand resonates with them. You can then execute social retargeting campaigns, which increases the chance of turning your leads into leases. Next, we have our stellar social media ads manager, Maddie, discussing the top ad types and ad components.
Thanks, Elijah. I'm going to go over some of our most popular ad formats that also yield the best results, starting with boosted posts. The cost per engagement for a boosted post can range from 1 cent to 50 cents, but will usually err on the lower end, which makes this ad type a great option to reach a ton of people pretty inexpensively. Boosted posts can also generate link clicks to your website landing page and page likes to the property Facebook page in addition to your desired engagement actions. Next is website traffic. This ad type is best used with a static image and short, punchy ad copy. The campaign objective drives users directly to your landing page and effectively pushes users towards the middle portion of the purchase funnel. This objective is also where you'd see some other popular ad types like Instagram stories and polls shown here, in addition to the Facebook and Instagram feed. And our final most popular objective is lead generation. The lead gen ads allow you to collect contact information from your Facebook and Instagram audiences. And this information is pre-populated and completely customizable, which allows for a seamless user experience. But ad formats have to have favorable ad components in order to perform their best. These components consist of image, copy, ad targeting, and budget. When you're choosing imagery for your ads, you want to bring your community to life with inspiring and exciting photos. But read the room. Creative in Instagram needs to be much more artsy and designed than creative on Facebook. You also want to focus on your property. The ads that perform best are of the exterior of the building, unit interiors, and amenity spaces. Some other factors to consider when you're choosing an image is to make sure that you're optimally and strategically sizing. For example, we size our images to ensure they take up the most room in the feed, which draws more attention and in turn more results. Also, less text is more. Too much text overlay on an image is distracting and can lead to a decrease in delivery. Images that are uncluttered by text have a greater impact. Finally, you want to have a single focal point. Ensure that you're only asking people to look at one thing at a time. If you're trying to include too many things in one image, a video is a better recommendation. For the copy, you want to keep it short and sweet. The shorter ad copy always performs better. And speak to your audience. Remember that social media advertising is at its core a branding initiative, and so all of your ad copy should focus on introducing your property to users, but use your voice to attract your desired resident. And then make sure your ad copy has one single call to action so users know what action you want them to take. For targeting, we all know that due to fair housing regulations, we're very limited in how much we are allowed to target, but we are able to specify geographic targeting of a minimum 15-mile radius around a specific location. And we have limited interest categories available to us relating to apartments, renting, and luxury lifestyles. We can also utilize remarketing audiences, including users who have visited your website and or engaged with your Facebook page and Instagram profile. The most important part of any ad campaign, though, is your budget. You want to make sure you have sufficient budget to be able to achieve your desired goals. To avoid compromising quality across your marketing efforts, it's best to focus your monthly budget on one ad objective at a time. These are some of our top performing ads right now with some trends to note. Floor plans are a big hit right now. This floor plan ad is from a top performing lead gen campaign. It had the most and the cheapest leads over the last 30 days. And then this carousel, carousels are making a big comeback, but they need to have a strategy or tell a story. So this one had one of our highest click-through rates over the last 30 days. And this one features a specific floor plan with images from inside that floor plan. So it's a great use of the carousel ad type. This carousel also had one of our lowest cost per clicks over the last 30 days. And this is a really great way to feature the resident reviews. Pause for a dance break.
No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't wait to get out of here. I see you at the movies. I see.
So this video had our most engagements over all our posts within the last 30 days and for the cheapest cost. And we have really found that motion and video works the best for boosted posts. Also, Instagram polls that we featured earlier in the presentation are a great short-term option to interact with users and showcase all your features and amenities. Now back to Allie in the studio.
Thanks, Maddie. So now you have the key features within your ads lined up and you get the ads running. And then what? How do you know if the creative's making users click? And more importantly, are these clicks turning into leases? A KPI, or a key performance indicator, is a quantifiable goal which helps to track and measure success. If our ultimate goal is getting more units leased, we need to define measurable data points to track success of the campaign or the success of us getting the leases. On the Facebook platform, we've defined a primary KPI as click-through rate, or CTR, which is the number of clicks you receive per the number of times your ad was shown. This metric's important because it's an indication of how well the creative and copy is resonating with the audience. Other metrics are important and do play a role when it comes to optimizing for a campaign on the Facebook platform. One of those, for example, is frequency rate. Frequency rate is the amount of times an ad was shown to a particular user. This is important because you want to keep an eye on keeping your frequency rate low because you don't want to show the same ad to the same user 15 times, creating ad fatigue and potentially pushing that customer away. Although this metric is relative, click-through rate is obviously a better indicator of users converting or completing an action in line with our ultimate goal of getting more leases. So using click-through rate as a KPI, we're able to gauge the success of our ad on the platform, how it's resonating with the audience, and or where we can modify our initiatives. So how does this help us with our ultimate goal of getting more leases? There are two main ways in which you can track what a user does when they reach your website after clicking on an ad: through the Facebook Pixel or through UTM codes on Google Analytics. First, the Facebook Pixel is easy to set up and it sends high-level information back to Facebook Analytics about user activity on an external website after they've clicked on an ad. But a more comprehensive view is accessible through utilizing UTM codes and accessing the information on Google Analytics. This is a bit more tedious when setting up, as each individual ad that's created in Facebook Business Manager has to have a small piece of code added to the end of the ad URL. This piece of code tells Google Analytics which ad the user clicked on to be sent to your website. So not only does Google Analytics tell you how your user got to the site, it also provides data on what the users are doing once they hit your website, such as a valuable action in line with what our ultimate goal is of getting more leases. So this could be filling out a contact form or making a call to the office or requesting a tour. These valuable actions are defined as goals, or sometimes we call them conversions, in the goal completion data on Google Analytics. The goals are defined by you and your team when setting up the Google Analytics account that's attached to your website. So all in all, we lean on certain metrics within the Facebook platform to understand how users are interacting with the ad creative. From there, we use measurement tools to analyze users' on-site behavior and optimize our ads to serve the most amount of conversions, aka goals, completed within Google Analytics. This is how we ensure we're driving bottom-of-the-funnel users to complete the most valuable actions on your website to get your units leased. Now that we have an idea on why social ads are important, the key features, and how to measure ad success, Elijah's going to let you know what hot topic we're discussing during next week's webinar. Elijah?
Thanks for tuning in and allowing us to share our ads knowledge with you. This webinar will actually be part of our webinar library on the Envita.com website. Join us next Wednesday for our next webinar, how to write effective social captions that lease, to turn your leads into leases. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, now we're going to get started on the Q&A.